Yes, they get very excited. They tell me these look like Easter eggers. Like, just like you go when you go for like Easter hunting, like they just so different colors. That's what I like. I'm all about the dark chocolate, the brown, the olive color. And I also have just one who lays like a pink color. Really pretty eggs. Yeah.
What would be your goal in the future? How many chickens would you like to have, and kind of expand your business? Is this something you would want to do?
Yes. So I would want to, oh gosh, I would probably want to do like 60.
60 chickens?
60 chickens. That's like my goal. Yes.
And then you sell eggs too, correct? Or like chicks? Chicks.
Baby chicks. When I hatch them out, whatever certain breed. So there's like the Rhode Island Reds, which are very popular because they're very good They lay very, very good eggs, and they lay like the big eggs. And they actually, I think they lay about 300 a year.
Have
So
you seen also like a demand for people wanting chicks and not just eggs?
this year it's been chicks.
How many do you sell in a given year?
I actually, I had chocolate Orpingtons, and then I had Silkies, which those are the really like bantams, the small, fluffy. And I had about 39 that I hatched out of the Silkies. And I had about 11 chocolate Orpingtons. And once I posted on the group on Facebook, they all sold within like 5 minutes. Once they hatched, I had a lot of people reaching out, like, how are the chicks doing? Have they hatched yet? I can't wait. I'm so excited. So as soon as I like to hold on to them for a little bit to make sure they're eating and drinking and they're doing okay, and then I contact them, and then they come and they pick them up.
And how long ago was that?
This was actually this week.
This week? Oh my! And then you have some more in the incubator? How many more do you have?
Oh gosh, I have 30 Rhode Island Reds, and then I have some ducks. I have about a dozen of those, and then I also have jumbo quail. I probably have about 160 of those small eggs.
Okay, before I forget, tell me about the ducks. You also sell their, or actually no, tell me how much the chicks you sell them for.
The chicks, hatching, I sell ranges between 5 and 10.
5 and 10. Okay, each one? Perfect. Okay, and then you also sell the duck?
Muscovy.
Okay, how does that work?
So I gather their eggs every day. I like to check to make sure that the egg is fertile. So, and I can also post their eggs on sites to sell for people, or even here in the El Paso. They're always looking for fertile duck eggs, so that way they're able to hatch out their own. So before I do, I like to make sure that they are fertile and that the baby is growing before I do put them out there.
And you said their eggs are better for baking?
For baking, yes. It's moist. For cakes, brownies, just basically anything. I mean, you can even do like fried chicken as like a seasoning to put, and then to marinate it. Yeah, those are really good.
And how much do you sell their eggs for?
For like a dozen, I could probably sell them for about 25 or more, because those would be fertile.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question.
Sure.
What would you say, what would you tell people at home who are interested in raising their own chickens, especially with the economy now, but just don't know where to start? What would you tell them?
I would tell them, you do it. and do research. It is a lot of work. And then especially you do want to have a good secure place for them, just depending on where you are living, out in the country, or if it is in your backyard, especially if you have dogs. You just want to make sure that the run is secure from dogs who dig to get underneath, and then also their coop, just depending, because I know that the coyotes, the foxes, I mean, they're really smart. They'll be able to get in to your chickens if they're not really secure. But yes, it is a lot of fun. Yes, I love them. I'm sometimes I come out here and I sit over here by my palm tree and I'm talking to them, or I'm in there talking to them. They literally just all come up to me, and they're very smart. Very. I mean, they may not talk back to me, but I know they are listening.
Any questions, JP?
I see you're signed the butt nuggets. So I'm
That's
thinking,
what I do call them. I do.
I'm thinking, what do you do with the butt nuggets? I heard it's a good fertilizer. Mm-hmm. Do you use it?
So I do a litter method. So I go with my scooper, and what it is that you can actually put it and mixed in with your soil with any plants that you have. You know, grind it up, because it is good fertilizer. Because everything that they eat, that they consume, all the stuff that I give them, goes into that fertilizer. And I've actually had one reach out to me wanting manure, if I would sell it, because it's great for your plants. It's great if you have a garden, for if you're growing vegetables, you know, that helps. And sometimes I do. I put it into my palm tree and I just throw it in there. You know, it's really good. And that's the same with the ducks too. I just grind everything up. I just get a 5-gallon bucket. I just get like a stake and I just go in there, and then I just come in, move my rocks, and just put it all around as a fertilizer. So, yeah, it helps really protect your vegetables if you're gardening. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people use the leftovers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, really quick, we're gonna get some 2 shots.
Okay.
But we'll leave the mic on you.
Okay.
So you can.
So you need to move.
How would you describe their personalities like during this type of weather?
They would be quiet. They would be really. I'm not really hearing them.
Yeah.
It's the weather. It does affect them. So I'm hoping it doesn't affect them too much. I'm hoping that they'll be good, and hopefully the cold, and because they really do so much better when it's high 80s and sunny.
Yeah. Luckily
And
for them, that's what they get here.
yes, yeah, she's beautiful. And this one is actually a Swedish flower, so I call her my flower, because she is just so sweet. Yes, you are. And then right back here is my mocha. That's my mocha right there. And then of course back here is Lemon. She was the first chicken by herself. So she's a little older than everyone. So I tell her that she needs to be the boss here and put everybody in check. And that one right there is my Winton, because she is a Winton olive egger. So she lays like the olive color, and sometimes they'll come with little speckles on it.
Wow.
Yes, yes. And all of them, I guess they're all, yeah, normally they would be out interacting, but it's the weather.
Yeah.
And then I have my broody one. She's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in the coop. She's right in here being broody. And then they all go under there, and so hi Lemon. And then of course that's Beauty. That's my only bantam. I'm wanting to add more of her because she is the smallest out of all of them, but she's my little sassy girl. Because they do pick on the smallest one, but she don't let them.
And that one right there is Lucky.
This one right here is Lemon.
Lemon.
Hi, honey. Yes, that's Lemon. My first one. She was by herself until I started adding. Yes.
What type of chicken is she?
She is a French black copper Moran. So she lays the dark chocolate eggs. And that's Opal. And the only reason why I call her Opal is because that is really her name. Her breed is Opal. So she lays the beautiful blue eggs. Yes. Yeah. There's already some eggs in here. There's 2. But I'll leave them. I don't know if I'm gonna have to move her when we're collecting. She does not. Yeah, she does. Oh, there's 3. So then the other one's laying. Yeah, she does not hurt me. She does not do anything like that. She will let me move her.
Yeah.
And then she'll go off, but then she comes right back. So, and she lets me pick on the side. They don't look straight at you. So whenever you hold them and you look at them, especially when they're baby chicks, and as they're growing up, I interact with them every day because they're going to be mine. So I hold them up and I look at their eye and they just look at me. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. This is my girl. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how they'll get to hear your voice and then they'll get to see you. But yeah. Yes. I know, Mama. But yeah. That's my girl. Come on, baby. Yeah. It's to know to go there.
Okay.
And not in here or underneath or find them broken. So that's why they're there. And they'll just automatically go.
Yeah.
See, now she's out. But she'll go back in later. Because she's being broody. Was going to be deployed. He decided to take him to work. And he had to talk to all his soldiers and everything and get them ready and prepared.
Yeah.
And he had them in a circle. And he was in the middle. And so he had Brandon next to him. And whatever he said, Brandon was right there repeating. So everybody's like, sir, we want to take you serious. We want to have a straight face, but we can't, not with your son. Because he's also too being like bossy and with his hand and and so he's like, I'm sorry, sir, but he's just like, oh, Brandon.
So much again for talking to us.
No, yes, thank you for reaching out. Like I said, at first,